3, 2, 1, go!
Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and we are kicking off round 11 of the 2022 PokeType League with a huge matchup. Last place Standalone Swarm are taking on the first place Heart Home Haunts, and it is Dragapult and Poltegeist. Starting out for first place side, it is Heracross and Volcarona starting out for the Swarm, and Dragapult is going for the explosion. An explosive way to kick off the start of this matchup, and it doesn't affect Poltegeist. Dragapult does take itself out, but is unsuccessful in taking out Heracross and Volcarona, but they are both easy targets now as Volcarona responds with a Hydro Pump, is able to deal some damage to Poltegeist. A very good hit there. Dragon Rush is avoided by Poltegeist, however, and Poltegeist is now going to go for the Drill Peck, and Volcarona is taking it. That means the two strongest Pokemon on both of these sides in their base stat totals have been eliminated after the first turn. As Sizzle comes out for the Swarm, it is Dusknoir with its pressure ability coming out for the Ghost type side, as Heracross now with the Growl is going to lower both Poltegeist and Dusknoir's attack stats, the physical attack, not the special attack stat, that is. Poltegeist though is going to go for the superpower onto the Steel Bug type, does not go for the finishing off of Heracross. This is going to lower Poltegeist's attack and defense, as well as Sizzle with the Toxic is going to leave Poltegeist badly poisoned, so this is going to chip away at it and get worse every turn. So Poltegeist is on a ticking clock already in this matchup, but Dusknoir is going to go for the Fire Lash. This is quite effective on Sizzle, who does hold on from that super effective attack. It will lower Sizzle's defense, but any hit pretty much is going to take Sizzle out of this matchup, as Poltegeist does start to feel the effects of that poisoning. Heracross now is going to go for the Milk Drink, slow things down here a little bit. It restores a great deal of health, as Poltegeist with the Sleep Powder is going to put Sizzle to sleep. That was a huge startup for this matchup, not the start that the Swarm need, but they've actually held on really well. It's only 5v5. It seemed like the Heart Home Haunts were coming in strong, as an Expanding Force from Dusknoir is going to hit Heracross for that super effective move. Heracross is able to hold on. Poltegeist poisoning is getting worse here on the field after that Toxic, as Heracross now with the Bulldoze hits everybody on the field, takes out its own teammate Sizzle, but also takes out Poltegeist as well. It is going to lower Dusknoir's speed, although Heracross already is faster. But there's now two Pokemon down on both sides, and Heracross with that hidden ability Moxie gets the attack boost here. But Dusknoir is going to go for the Poison Jab, try to finish it off here with this move, and it is successful. Gets the critical hit and gives the Heart Home Haunts the lead. After this very heavy start to this matchup, Pinsir comes out for the Swarm, Decidueye now coming out for the Haunts, and Shuckle coming out to join Pinsir on the field, as Pinsir with the Dragon Breath immediately going for Decidueye with that move. Does not do very much damage, but does leave Decidueye paralyzed. It may be unable to move, but Decidueye is going to go for the Stab Shadow Ball in response to Pinsir, and that is a fantastic hit on the Bug-type Pokemon, as Dusknoir is going to go with the Parting Shot. It is going to go back to the bench, but first Pinsir's physical and special attack stats do get lowered after that Parting Shot, and out comes Cursor onto the side of the Haunts, as an Outrage from Shuckle welcomes it to the field. Gets a really good hit there as well. Cursor with its weak armor will have its defense low, but does get a huge speed boost here. See if it becomes the quickest on the field. No, it doesn't. Pinsir goes for the Thunder Punch onto Decidueye. Not very effective, as Cursor with the Yawn is going to look to put Shuckle to sleep in the coming turns. So much going on in this matchup. The Scorching Sands now from Decidueye. Goes for Pinsir, gets a not very effective hit, but does leave it with the Burn. These two Pokemon have left each other with a status condition, as that Outrage continues from Shuckle, going for Decidueye this time. And now Shuckle is going to become confused due to that fatigue, as Pinsir suffers the effects of that Burn. It is chipping away at it move by move, but Pinsir with the Moonblast now is going to go for Decidueye. Does not do much damage though, as Cursor with the Poison Gas. This will not work on Pinsir, but it will leave Shuckle, who's now poisoned. So many status conditions taking effect in this matchup, as Decidueye with the Splash. This also means that Shuckle will not fall asleep after that Yawn, because it's now poisoned. It is able to shake off that confusion, though. It is going to prepare for a Meteor Beam here, overflowing with that Space Powder. With the contrary ability, its special attack stat will not be heightened. It actually gets lowered again, that contrary ability. The home sides do have their hidden ability in the PokeType League, as Pinsir now going for the Plain Ice. Very few times have we seen a Pokemon not go for offensive moves in this matchup, but it will lower Cursola's attack. But Cursola does respond with the Water Spout. This will hit both bug types and finishes Pinsir off. Being taken out of this matchup, it is super effective on Shuckle. It did get the critical hit on Pinsir to ensure that elimination would take place as well. But now the Razor Shell from Decidueye is going to finish off Shuckle. Super effective. There is now only one Pokemon left for the Sandalwood Swim. The Hearthome Haunts still have 4 remaining, and it is Center Scorch as the last Pokemon, and immediately gets met with the Mud Slap from Cursola. This is going to lower that accuracy of Center Scorch, who goes for the Acid Armor. It is going to look to boost its special defense here. I'm sorry, its defense, not its special defense, but Cursola now with the guard split is going to share its guard with Center Scorch. This is terrible for the Sandalwood Swarm. They are on the bottom of the ladder as an Ice Shard connects with Cursola. A great hit as well. That Weak Armor is activated yet again. But the Sandalwood Swarm have only won 2 games this season. The Hearthome Haunts have been so dominant, and they're going to look for that to continue. As Cursola now with the Shore Up after the Decidueye, unable to move due to that paralysis. Cursola getting a great health restoration here, as it does have that lowered defense. Decidueye able to avoid the Scald, but again is paralyzed. What are they doing? The Hearthome Haunts have an easy target here. The Trick or Treat now coming from Cursola onto Center Scorch, adding that Ghost type. The Slam does not affect the Ghost type Pokemon. And again, for the 3rd turn in a row, Decidueye is paralyzed as Cursola is going to restore itself to full strength with that Synthesis. They are just taking their time here with Center Scorch. This is actually kind of sad to see. The Bug type's being toyed with here as Cursola avoids the Assurance, and Decidueye now with the Rock Polish is going to give itself a speed boost here. See if it can actually move faster in Center Scorch now, but the Low Kick won't affect the Ghost type Center Scorch. The Boomerang from Decidueye will connect though. This multi-hit move will hit both times. Center Scorch actually tanks them quite well as well, but the Strength Sap from Center Scorch is going to lower the attack of Cursola and restore its health. Center Scorch is trying desperately to hold on here, but it has 4 Pokemon to contend with. We still don't even know who the last Pokemon for the Ghost types are, as Cursola is going to connect with a Scald of its own. Super effective hit, huge damage there to Center Scorch, and it's going to be followed up with the Dual Chop from Decidueye, hitting both times. Center Scorch though still in this matchup, goes for the Thunder Fang onto the paralyzed Decidueye, chipping away at it there. Not very effective. Did get the good hit, but Cursola now with the Leaf Blade doing very little damage. It took longer to do the move than the amount of damage it actually did to Center Scorch, as Decidueye avoids a Lava Plume from Center Scorch. This is going to connect on Cursola. Surely it would have eliminated Decidueye as well. The Mach Punch won't affect Center Scorch, and Decidueye is yet again paralyzed. What is going on? How is Center Scorch being able to hold on for this long in this matchup? It seems to have outlasted all of its teammates with the amount of time it's been in this matchup. And now Cursola with the Aqua Ring. They are taking their sweet, sweet time with this victory. But now Decidueye is going to go for the Surf. Surely this will finish Center Scorch off. And that it does, giving the dominant victory to the Hearthome Haunts. This slow and depressing season, sadly, for the Sandalwood Swarm is going to continue. They have now lost 9 games, and their next matchup will be against the Jubilife Venom, whereas the Hearthome Haunts continue in their domination, trying to lock up that spot on top of the leaderboard. They will next round be facing the Cinnabar Flare, but in our very next matchup, it will be the Ferrum Mines taking on the Goldenrod Dance. These two sides are fighting desperately to try and secure a spot in the Masters 8 in time for the championship trials. Cannot wait for that matchup, but until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I will see you when you see me.